You're tuned into All2ReelToo. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by All2ReelToo.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, I have no berries. Her name is Mrs. Mallard in Carta.
Okay, Belladonna.
Thanks.
Yep. Oh, my gosh.
Actually, I did Tropedia.fandom.com wiki magic in the mirror. There is a website that...
Oh, I've already got that opened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so today, folks, we are covering a movie of sorts. This film is called Magic in the Mirror. It came out in 1996. The Internet Movie Database short synopsis here says, a girl's imaginary friends come to life when she goes through her grandmother's antique mirror, a la Alice after she sees it glowing. Yeah, That leaves out a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This movie's absolutely interesting. I'll say that much. And they did make a sequel somehow. I'm not sure how, but they did.
Yes, they filmed the sequel at the same time as this movie. Yeah, so this movie was directed by Ted Nicolaou. I don't know. Nicolaou. I can't pronounce people's names. Yeah, he is known for directing movies like Subspecies, Terror Vision, Vampire Journals, Dolly and Disney, A Date with Destino. What the hell is that? What the fuck is that?
I don't know, man.
A story of the unlikely alliance between two of the most renowned innovators of the 20th century, brilliantly eccentric Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali and American entertainer and innovator Walt Disney. It's a documentary. What the fuck? Okay. His most recent movie was called Magic and Mischief. He's also directed movies like Bunker of Blood, Chapter 2, Deadly Dolls, Deepest Cuts, Vampire Slaughter, Eaten Alive, Finding Happiness.
Okay. That's a random one.
Martin Scorsese's Journey into Silence. It's like a short film about Martin Scorsese's film Silence. It's like probably like a special feature on the Blu-ray or something.
Oh, right.
Sci-Fi Slaughter, Aliens Gone Wild, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Yep.
Yeah. The Shrunken City, Leapin' Leprechauns. I just love these titles. The Dungeon Master, Savage Island, Lucky Luke 2 and Lucky Luke. TV series of some sort. Okay. Anyways, that's our director.
Yeah.
It was written by Ken Carter, Frank Dietz, and Michael McGann. We don't have to go into everything that they've done.
Who cares?
Yeah. This was executive produced by Charles Band, who also executive produced the film we covered last week, Alien Arsenal, and Dr. Mordred, and other movies, and all the Puppet Master movies, and things of that nature, and the Ginger Dead Man, and all that stuff.
Ginger.
Yes. So this movie stars Jamie Renee Smith as Mary Margaret Dennis, Kevin Wixted as Tansy, Saxon Trainor as Sylvia Dennis and Queen Hyssop. I don't know. I can't remember how they pronounced it. David Brooks as Bloom, Godfrey James as Melilot, Eileen Takei as Mrs. Mallard and Dragora. We got Eugene Christian Motriuc as Swanston and Dr. Schmott. Got Ian Haiduc as Dabble. We got other people here. We also have an uncredited, for some reason, Mihai Nicolusco as Dr. Laszlo Tuttle. He was kind of an important part in this movie, but he's uncredited for some reason.
That's weird because he was in a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty prominent in the sequel that we're going to probably cover in the picture.
Character. He was one of the main characters of the movie. Yeah,
he was kind of one of the antagonists in the movie or something. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Thoughts, feelings, concerns, anything about the movie that you feel.
All of it, man. All of it. I mean, I can understand now that this company makes a lot of weird movies, horror movies, because there's definitely some horror stuff in this movie, and I can now see it kind of bleeding over from Puppet Master or some of these other crazy movies. Because I swear to God, there's parts of this movie that belong in a Stephen King movie, boiling people to death to make tea so the queen duck can drink tea.
Yeah, because this is just so you know, Full Moon Entertainment is the main company of Charles Band. This is I think his kids company, which is called Moonbeam Entertainment.
Oh, Moonbeam, okay, gotcha.
Instead of Full Moon, it's Moonbeam.
Oh, okay, Moonbeam. Yeah. And so there's this. Just walk you through the plot really quick here. So basically, there's this girl. She's got a bunch of imaginary friends. Her mom,
two imaginary friends.
She got two imaginary friends. Maybe she got more. No. She got two imaginary friends named Bella and Donna.
Yeah.
And her mom is a scientist who was working along with this guy who didn't get credited in the movie for some reason. And they're trying to create a gateway into different world through a laser beam. And apparently they were almost successful for a few seconds, and then it failed afterwards. And so she doesn't like her daughter having imagination because that's bad, because science is good and imagination bad. Even though most of our science actually originated from people who have very high imagination. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. And her dad is
imagination is just bad. You can't have any.
Yeah. And her dad is I don't know, he's an art collector. Is he
he's a botanist.
A botanist, yeah. And so he's kind of doesn't really care when he's yeah, it's cool, whatever. Doesn't really give a shit because he's too busy doing his work instead of
but he does seem a little bit more kinder. He at least he has a nickname for her. Even he calls her Daisy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's still kind of a whole like most of these movies where kids movies of this era where the parents just are neglectful of their kids. What was that one we covered recently where it was like that? It was Gooby. Yeah. That was not even of this era.
No, it wasn't, but it was. Seems like there's a lot of that going on. Maybe parents got to start paying attention to their kids more. There's so many movies about them not paying attention to them, and they gotta go. These crazy
Disney movies had the right idea when they killed off the parents.
Yes, maybe. No, excuse me. So they have this dinner party. Her mom brings her colleague dude or whatever. She brings her little Miss Mallard, which is the human head on top of a duck.
Yeah, she carved a mallard that looked like her high school principal, whose last name is Mallard.
And thought that would be a cool thing to do, I guess. I don't know. And then took that down to dinner for some reason to show off the crazy mentally ill type of I'm sorry if I saw, I'm not trying to be mean, but if I saw like a 7-year-old kid like just brought that down to like dinner and it's like, look what I made, I'd be like, cool.
I mean, the fact that she got first place for that, and the fact that it looks like it was carved by like a really like an adult. There's no way a 9-year-old carved that. I'm sorry.
I know.
Even like a savant. I mean, I don't think, you know.
I know. And she there is a little foreshadowing here because they're about to have tea, and then the Bella and Donna took the tea and it splashed it on the dude's wife.
Yeah.
Apparently he has a wife, which I don't believe in real life he would, the way he acts. I don't think he would be married, period, let alone to someone like very beautiful. I just don't think that would be happening. He may be a scientist. I don't think he's a rich scientist, so he wouldn't even get like a gold, digger type woman either. You know what I mean? So it's like that's fiction right off the bat there. So, this piece of shit guy, would not be married. So anyway, so they blame her or rather her mom. What's her name? I don't know any name anymore.
The girl's name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Mary Margaret.
I said Mary Margaret. And what's the mom's name?
The mom's name is. Give me a second.
Might not even have it.
The mom's name is Sylvia.
That's right. So Sylvia's like, go to your room, like kind of like Home Alone style. Don't come back here until you blah blah blah, whatever. But then she's mad, and so she throws the mallard at something, and then the mirror starts acting weird, kind of, and then
the mallard goes right through the mirror,
and then she's got these little stupid, they're called berries later on. They're not really berries, that's what they call them. And then she took one and crossed through, because you can only cross through with berries. Just weird. How was she able?
These berries were in a book that was from the great grandmother, who also gave the mirror to her. The great grandmother, who is the grandmother of her dad, left the mirror to her in her will. And also the dad has this book of like different types of plants because the grandmother was also a botanist. I got all this from the movie. I don't know how I was paying so much attention. So it was in this book. So I think it was like meant to be. These berries were just hidden in this book on these leaves for some kind of flower or plant. So yeah.
Yeah. And so he told her earlier not to look in the book or whatever. Anyway.
She came home all excited because she won first place, and her parents are ignoring her, and her dad's sleeping. I mean, her mom's ignoring her. Her mom's not even there, and her dad's sleeping. And it's like, I mean, that would suck though for a kid, You're all excited about something, and
berries. And
parental neglect is just as bad as other abuse.
And then there's this dude who's supposed to be a mirror monitor, I guess, or something. But he's sleeping, dozing off. And she shows up. And he's like, "What the heck's going on?" And he's like really afraid of her because she's both people. Like they just call they don't even say people, the person. They just said people. Like that's their word for even a person is people. Okay.
Yeah, cool. She goes in this and she runs into
say to make it seem like it's a weird language for them or something. So they're like, oh, they don't call you a person, they call you people. That's something different over there. All right, cool. I could have tell them different by the fact that there's talking ducks and things like that, and they're laying egg bombs apparently that make you smell, so they can then tell by the scent that you're kind of. It's actually pretty creative. I mean, that's a pretty good weapon. Actually, it really is. A stink bomb, essentially. You get the scent on you, then they can pick up the scent. It's actually pretty cool. I gotta admit that was pretty cool. Probably smells bad, but I kind of get the logic behind it. But
it's like, her first friend is Tansy.
Yeah, he's the guy who's monitoring the mirror from the other side, and he's
they're called mirror monitors.
Yeah,
which is a creative name for somebody that monitors mirrors.
Exactly. I mean, they couldn't even come up with something. We're a beer monitor, actually, but we do. And we're okay. So he's like the new guy. The old guy's just about to retire. I guess
he's been doing it for years.
Oh, okay.
Because he mentions that he's basically been watching the mirror the whole life of the great
right.
Yeah,
that's right. So apparently time is different in this realm. People live a lot longer. So he's freaking out because she shows up, and she's freaking out because he's freaking out on her because he's going like absolute nuts. And so, the old guy comes in. He's like, all right, let's talk it out. And he's like, she's a people, going nuts. I'm like, okay, fine. Mm-hmm. And basically, it's because she brought these berries.
I'm thinking that the next time I don't want to be somewhere and there's like a lot of people there, mm-hmm. I'm just going to freak out and be like, you're a people.
You're a people. Yeah. You're not a person. You're a people. Yeah, exactly. And so
it reminds me of like there used to be these ads for Maury Povich, the talk show host. Mm-hmm. And the phrase in it would be like, Maury's good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a phrase people say, you're good people. So I guess it kind of makes sense a little bit. I always thought that was kind of a weird phrase anyways, but another common phrase that people use in English.
I think it's just become more common now because back then it was weird to me.
It was, I never really got it.
I think Maury's a good person. They kept calling him a people.
I'm not even sure with that. Or maybe they mean that like, you came from good people and that's why you are a good person. So maybe they're like complimenting your family as well type of thing. I don't know. But it could be something like that. But anyway, just to save us time really from having to talk about this too long. Literally the entire plot is just trying to evade being captured by an evil Ballard queen named Dragora, who apparently is obsessed or addicted to tea. And
the way they make the tea
go ahead.
is fucked up. They boil these creatures or humans or whatever in this big teapot that looks like a duck, and then they get the tea from the people or the mirror monitors or whatever. They make tea out of them.
Which how?
This is a kid's movie.
It's a kid's movie, but plus two. People aren't plants, so what would you be getting out of? I mean, like, there's no.
This is the mirror. This is the mirror world.
So mirror world, right? So
it works differently there.
Yeah, it works differently. But again, because the company makes all these horror movies. Even the kid version has. I mean, I swear to God. So at one point they finally do catch her, and then it looks like they're about to kill her. But then the two imaginary friends are actually real. They're pixies, and they've been stuck in our world for a long time. And then she had 3 berries, and she used up all 3 berries, and it was because they were the other 2 berries. And then
she used 3 of them, but she also had more.
Oh, okay, that's right. So then, yeah, that's right. So the 2, so Bella and Donna, they revealed themselves to her and Tansy, but then when the other guy woke up, his thing, they disappeared. They didn't want to be seen, I guess, by the big guy. And so they save her basically by sacrificing their lives, but I don't really think they would sacrifice. They said it would be like a hot bath. So they zipped her out of the. So okay, so we know she's alive. Tansy and the other guy think that they're witnessing a child being boiled to death and being used to drink as tea.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just sit on that. Let's that for a minute. By the way, for people, it's 60 seconds, not 10 seconds. So 60 seconds of boiling or steeped.
Yeah.
And then they make a joke about it afterwards.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like the Grimm fairy tales and other fairy tales were all pretty fucked up too. So,
I know, but this is 1996. This is when kids movies were supposed to be like not scary.
This is post, Little Mermaid and shit. So it's like, where you take the story that was fucked up by Hans Christian Andersen and clean it up to make it a happy ending where the mermaid and the dude end up together instead of her dying sea foam. He
died. Yeah, but the thing is, they tell a joke about it. Okay, it's like, okay, wait a minute. You literally were just crying 2 seconds ago, and then you thought that she got boiled to death so that this mallard queen and her henchmen can drink tea, but they all start passing out from the tea, and then they go, "Oh, Mary Margaret was such a sweet child, but she must make a dreadful tea." I'm like, you still think she's dead at this point? She didn't come out and reveal herself until after that. So like, wait, so you're already making cracking jokes about witnessing a child being boiled to death? Really? That's what we're doing? Wow. Okay. Weird. I don't want to be in this mirror world if that's something that you just joke about. Like, it's then again, though, this is the same world where those two same guys later on got quote planted literally in place. They can't move
by another queen.
Another queen who's just as bad as this queen, apparently.
In some way,
really, because later on it was all a test, right? So
yeah. I mean, and it's very Wizard of Ozzy or something, or it actually makes a lot of sense though, because that queen is played by the same actress that plays the mom.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a metaphor for the fact that the mom is kind of neglectful of her kid and things of that nature, where in this world she is also kind of neglectful and
extra
doesn't listen to people, because like they tell this whole story to her about what's happening and she doesn't give a shit.
So Bella and Donna, they were the reason why, because like they have a quote plant in their world called belladonna, which we have as well, which
it's
like really it could kill you, it can make you hallucinate, pass out, die sometimes even. So that's why they were pixies, but then they somehow were able to make the tea that's bad for them. So the pixies plant too, or they didn't really get into that, how that works out too much. But anyway, they said they like a hot bath. So I'm hoping they didn't actually die and they were just joking when they said that, or did they literally just allow themselves to be boiled to death?
I think they died.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's a sequel, so maybe we'll watch that and maybe Bella and Donna will be alive, but I don't know.
The way they would we like a hot bath.
That's the only reason I want to watch the sequel, is because I want to find out if Bella and Donna are mentioned again.
Yeah, because obviously that's the most important part of this. I mean, like, they're only in the movie for like 2 seconds, but
I mean, just so you know, like, belladonna poisoning occurs from ingesting parts of the belladonna plant, which contains toxic alkaloids like atropine and cyclopamine. Yeah. Symptoms can include dilated pupils, hallucinations, confusion, and in severe cases, respiratory failure and death.
Yeah. Scopolamine, that's the drug that they use for like the date rape drug, like, and like roofie and stuff like that. I think that's part of it.
Well, no, roofies is rohypnol, but
I thought they add that. Maybe not.
Maybe they do.
No, I'm thinking something else. Scopolamine is the drug that in Colombia they literally blow it into a dust, and then if it gets into you, like if you just stop walking, they know that
scopolamine can be used for good things too. It can actually use to treat motion sickness and post-op nausea. Yeah, but anything.
It could be used really badly. Like in Colombia, they literally just grows anywhere, and so people will like they'll ground it into a powder or a dust. They'll blow it, and then it's like the people just do whatever you want them to do because they're extremely suggestible. Like there have been stories. This guy, he said that he went to his apartment one night, and then he woke up. All of his furniture and everything was gone. And then he goes down to the doorman. He's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, oh, yeah, you and your friends came up here. You said you were moving and they were helping you move. No, I wasn't. Like, yeah, you're talking like you were helping to move furniture and everything out yourself and put them into the van or whatever. I had no idea he was doing any of it. Like because he was just so suggestible. Like, women sometimes are told to, basically become trafficking victims, especially if they're tourists, because they're far away from home and shit. Anyway, so that's what happened. They basically scopolamined the queen Dragora with their pixie plant magic, I guess, or something.
So the movie's teaching kids that it's okay to poison people.
It is, and enjoy them. Yes, it's a good. They're saying it's a good. As long as it's the evil queen you're doing it to, it's fine.
And as long as the drug comes from boiling your friends.
Yeah, only if they're okay with it though. Only if they say we like a hot bath, that's fine.
Yes.
Well, only then. But You can't give them scopolamine first and then have them say that, because then you're telling them what to do. They gotta say it themselves. So
okay,
how fast it is, and
I took some scopolamine before we started recording, so I have no idea what I'm saying.
see what I don't know either. Either do I have no idea what I'm saying at all anymore. But like totally have no confidence in anything I say anymore about any subject. But like what reminded me though about the teach shit is that it reminded me of like that fucking brazen bull stuff, like where like steam would come out of the bull's nostrils because they were literally burning someone inside the metallic bowl. And so like, but the tea was coming out of the water was coming out of the mouth of the duck, and then it was going into different tea glasses. That's what that kind of reminded me, like, oh my god. Also too, there's this part where is it that part or was it later on where the tea what was it? Oh, the dumb one-liners. Like, let's see if I can find it here on the thing. There at one point Sylvia is trying to use the laser thing to shoot into the other realm.
Yeah.
And just at that right time, the Queen Dragora is peeking through the mirror so she can invade our world to get all the people to make her tea. And she goes, Mary Margaret, duck, telling him to duck down. And Queen Dragora says duck because she doesn't like being called duck. And he goes, roast duck. And then she shoots her with the laser. I'm like, oh my God. But,
that's right up there with "I'll be back" and "Yippee ki yay, motherfucker." It's like the greatest lines in movie history.
Of course, I mean, like, there's no comparison, really.
Yeah.
And so there's another thing too, where, like I said, there were some creative aspects of this movie. Like, for example, when I do appreciate the fact that the Queen Dragora in this movie also does things herself and doesn't just have her henchmen do things for her. So you got to kind of give it to her that, because like most evil leaders, especially these days, they have other people do their dirty work for them and they blame other people for it and they drag people into endless wars, and those people are okay as candy.
And then they can just, when you ask them about these things, then they can just say they don't know about it, or they haven't read about that yet, or they researching it or whatever.
Or lie about.
I'm not pointing out any two people in power specifically. I'm not talking about anybody that's name rhymes with dump or anybody that's last name rhymes with Shanson. But
no.
Yeah.
Doesn't like that at all. No. So, so at least Queen Dragora is able to put in the leg work, or rather the wing work, to fly. And it also looks like there's like actual jets flying, like when they go, it looks kind of like there actually are like about the bomb thing, but they lay an egg instead of dropping the bomb, but it's like a stink egg, and it is meant to whoever's close by enough to rub off the scent on it so they can then smell. That's actually pretty, I do like that. I think that's pretty creative writing right there. I actually will hand it, like, one of the weird good things about this movie is that idea right there. I keep getting stuck on that for some reason. I don't know why, but I just think it's kind of creative that you literally make a stink bomb weapon that gets the scent on the people you're trying to chase. So later on, you'd just be smelling around like, aha, they're that way. But then again, they didn't even need it because they're idiots. They're just watching from a fucking rock. And one of the guys saw them. So,
one of the production companies behind this movie, this is just a random thing I just saw on the screen, is called BB Productions. I wonder if Netanyahu has anything to do with this.
Yeah. Especially about evil leaders, and and it's
just joking. It's spelled the same way though.
Laying eggs, stink bomb eggs, stuff like that. This came out October 1990. This is like October 3rd.
I got the release date of August 13th, 1996.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got this different. I got angrygrandpasmedia.library.fandom.com. This one said, but this one even has, it says, they even have like the previews being mentioned. Video 1, video preview for Spellbreaker, The Secret of the Leprechauns.
It might be the VHS release. Maybe it was released on TV prior to that or something.
I think it is. And it says promo for Paramount family favorites, including Bugsy Malone, A Dog of Flanders, Charlotte's Web, Andre, Searching for Bobby Fischer, Popeye, Daryl, Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, Don't Come Back, Lassie, Explorer, Pre-Hysteria, and Dragon World. All that is how many previews of that? I mean,
Yeah, no, those were the previews on the VHS.
that's what it says.
Wow, that's a lot. I mean, maybe they were like short, like all together. Like, yeah, from Paramount, you can watch Bugsy Malone and blah blah blah. You know,
Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Hold on. No, it says video 1, video 2, video 3. Oh no, it's just telling you like exactly like what's going on. So that's all of those are previews.
yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But they're broken off into 2 different sections. So I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Yeah.
And then 3 videos preview for Peanuts, including Peanuts, the Charlie Brown Christmas, Peanuts, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, Easter Beagle, Be My Valentine, Happy New
It's
Year.
probably just stuff that was being released around that time. Yeah.
Yeah. 4, feature presentation, FBI warning screen. And then it even has the date on that. August 29th, 1995 is when that screen was probably invented. I don't know how he figured that out. But he somehow knows the date of when the warning screen was made.
Okay, this is weird. I mean, the original
weird.
was made in 1977, but that's another story.
Apparently just when he's August and Magic in the Mirror finally. So it's like 20 minutes. No wonder why the movie was so short. They had to make room for all the damn preview. I mean, some Dog of Flanders. Have
you ever seen Bugsy Malone? Speaking of that, do you know what it is?
It's about like wasn't he like a gangster? Like wasn't
it's a gangster film, but all the gangsters are played by children.
Oh,
Teenage actors playing adult roles.
That's weird. Okay,
And the movie stars 2 people of completely different beliefs nowadays. Jodie Foster and Scott Baio.
Oh my god! What?
When they were teenagers.
1991 VHS.
Yeah, but Scott Baio played Bugsy Malone.
Were they?
What's that?
They were teenagers in 1991. They were probably already.
It came out in 1976.
Oh, okay. This says 1920. Oh, that's when they made the VHS version. Okay, I got you. All right, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
1976. Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think.
I'm hoping to cover it sometime because I remember watching that movie a lot as a kid, and it was fucked up.
You got Dog of Flanders, a dog movie, I guess. I'm not gonna watch that one. Andre. I got nothing to say about the movie now, so I'm just making up another Andre. I remember Andre. To
the movie, Mary Margaret ends up getting home.
Yeah.
And now supposedly everybody's trapped on the other side and she just has to watch the mirror. But then we have like one of those endings where it's like, you see the bad duck like healing and wanting to try to get back. And then you see these berries that fell at one point through the like heater or steam grate or something in the apartment or the house down into this pipe that was cracked, and they fell down conveniently onto an open bag of potting soil.
Yeah.
So then they started sprouting.
So that means that they're going to find a way into our. Of course, I knew that was going to happen where he dropped all of them conveniently into the.
Yeah. So we will find out.
In foul play.
Yeah. In Magic in the Mirror Part 2, Foul Play, which we will cover in a future episode of All2ReelToo.
God.
I will find it.
Oh, I mean, you can probably find it on YouTube right now and look it
It's
up.
probably on YouTube. This movie.
It's also on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, but it's also on Amazon Prime.
So if you want to watch it with ads, yeah, there it is. Boom, the same guy who I watched the other one. It looks like Magic. No, I mean, it's not the same guy, but it's a.
They uploaded.
Mine was what Goblin King was when I was watching it. Yeah.
So they uploaded it. So we will cover that in the future, in the not too distant future, next Sunday. AD. No. But anyway, so the.
Mr. Nostalgic 1985. That's the channel I got right now for that.
Yeah,
They got Hansel and Gretel 2005. They got Gnomes 1980 TV special. Return of Oz, 1964 cartoon special. Shit.
We'll have to check that out.
Lots of stuff on here.
Anyways, anything else to say about this movie? Wrap things up.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so thank you for listening, folks. Overall, like, what would you rate this movie?
I rate this movie about 3 berries out of 10.
Yes, I give it 2.5 berries out of 10,
Okay.
and 1 hallucinogenic berry that made me think my life was worthless, and that I should, just find a mirror to jump into myself. I tried it in my bathroom and I somehow cut my head open. I was trying to get into the mirror above my vanity in there, and there's just blood dripping down it now. Hi. Okay, everybody, welcome to... Oh, wait, am I okay? Where am I?
I don't know.
I'm Michael E. Cullen II.
And with me as always, wait, what?
Yes. Anyways, so folks, I will say one thing you can do that won't make you cut your head open is to go to all2reeltoo.com. Unless you're using your head to like type that in on your keyboard or something, then maybe you'll cut your head open. I don't know. But you can go to all2reeltoo.com. You can find links to all of our social media. You can find links to all the different places you can listen to our show, links to our YouTube, links to, like I said, our social media. You can check out our Facebook, our TikTok, our Bing Bangs, and our Zoom Zooms, and our
Bing.
Those are things, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or am I still hurting? Oh, man. Well, hey, I can write my name with this blood. Wait, what? So,
oh my God.
Anyways, just, be good to each other, folks. Share the show. Give us a 5-star review, or if you can. Remember that trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal.
True that.
Fuck ICE.
Yeah.
Free Palestine. Fuck the oligarchy. Fuck weird looking ducks that look like they're rejects from Howard the Duck, the movie. And
Yep.
Yes. And just be different, be yourself. Remember that I love you. Sesame loves you.
I do.
I'm having a fever dream right now. There's a duck in here.
By the way, I was actually on NyQuil when I was watching it last night because I have a cold. So that was an interesting other aspect.
Well, that made it interesting. Yes.
Yes. It was the really strong, like 10% alcohol, like the original flavor too. So it's like not even good grape tasting, like the nasty green version of it.
Yeah, NyQuil, the only thing that tastes like green.
Yep. There you go. Not the cool grape shit. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
NyQuil, you big fucking Q. Anyway, so folks, until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Haas. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.